Okay, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you listen to this slide presentation or this screencast. Okay, in the website programming, website design series, we've looked at the software development life cycle. We've looked at how the different ways we could set up our website. We looked at purchasing a domain name, a hosting account. We've looked at what our cPanel looks like. We've also looked at setting up domain names. We've seen how we can upload a website to a cPanel, for instance, a Bootstrap website. And I said I'm going to drop a PDF guide or a step-by-step guide on how to install a free security a plugin or an add-on on your website. For instance, you could have Cloudflare. I explained Cloudflare in the previous video. Then we also uploaded Bootstrap to our website. So we had something like dooley-das / corporate, right? So we built something like this. We uploaded this from our local host. Then we also showed how you could do your updates while still on your site. We overviewed the cPanel, which has several sections. One of the most important sections is this email section, how you could have an email, how you can also run forwarders. There we talked about an important section as your file manager, where you could upload your files. Then another important section we want to look at, we also looked at subdomain names. You could create subdomain names. You can also create redirects in the sense that, for instance, you have abc.com. You want, if somebody comes to the website, you want to take him to efg.com. For instance, for companies that have, you don't want people to cyber squat on your domain name. So you have dooley-consult.com, dooley-consult.net, .org, .com.ng. You have all of the domain name extensions. So the .com, the .net, the .org, they are all the extensions, right? So you can acquire all those extensions and you add them as add-ons and also make the redirections to the main website that you are going to be using. I also provide an additional resource for cPanel because cPanel has quite a lot you can do with it. Okay, so for metrics, I said you could watch your bandwidth, you could see your statistics, your traffic, what your traffic is like. If you have errors, you could check that up. You could see your latest visitors and where they are coming in from. If you check this website, the main portion of this website, you'll see that this website is still blank. We only installed Bootstrap on a folder, right? So what we want on this main website now, we want to start WordPress design. But one of the first things we want to do, we want to see how do we fix a coming soon website? How do we fix a coming soon page on this website while we now start implementing an e-commerce section or a blog section? So that's one of the first things we want to learn how to do. So for us to install WordPress, which is a content management system, we'll come to the Softaculous section. We could tap and install WordPress. So the beauty about a cPanel that is self-hosted that you've bought with your money is that you have several things you could do compared to you spending your time trying to purchase something on Wix, on Blogger, on what's the rest again. So if you budget roughly between 10 to 15,000 and you have a domain name and hosting account of yours, it lasts for one whole year. So there's so many things you could try out. So you have blogs, portal CMS, forums. Some of these things are content management system that you could install and customize on the fly. So we want to be installing WordPress. I'll just click on install. Now, WordPress has gone through several versions. WordPress has gone through several versions. So the latest is now 5.9. You could leave that version. Is a little bit stable. It was adapted or brought into use, I think sometime in January 20 something, 35th or so. So if I want to install WordPress on this main domain name, I can go ahead. But if I want to install it on something like, let's say, dulidazlimited.com/blog, right? So if I want the installation to sit here, so I add this. Aside that, if I want it to sit on the main website, that is here, right? I want it to sit here. I remove any folder or directory. If I want it to sit here, I indicate it here, right? So I want it to sit on the main website because I want to install a coming soon. Next thing I do is, what's the name of the site? I say, okay, it is Dulidaz Limited Company or Nigeria, right? Admin, best practice, you don't want to use admin on your site. So I could say Dulidaz. I'm not covering anything up because most of these things within 24, 48 hours, I'm going to change up everything. So I just want to make it as clear as possible to you. Dulidaz, I could say 2022, or I could say Dulidaz portal, right? I could leave it this way. Yes, this is generated. I could tap and generate something more complex. I copy this out. I'm going to change all of these logins, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I will just leave them simple. Dulidaz portal is the username. This is the password, right? The next thing is the site description. You can see Dulidaz this portal, right? This is the name of the website. So you have multi-site, disable WordPress cron. For what multi-site is where you want to have more than one site in one place. Admin email, I could leave this, I could change that, or since I've already created info at, I could change this to that contact and let anything that has to do with this website go to that contact. In WordPress, there's what we call plugins, right? So plugins are what helps you to manage your website. They help you to extend the functionality of your website. So limits login attempts. So if somebody's trying to hack your site or somebody's trying to log into your website, I think after 2-3 attempts, the person is now, that IP address is now banned. So you have to wait for, let's say, another 10-15 minutes, depending on the settings. A classic editor, I love that. There's a new editor. As you keep using WordPress, you grow in knowledge. You see the difference between the new editor and the classic editor. So the classic editor is the old editor, what we call the WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get, right? So it's called, so that's how, like your normal Microsoft Word. So it's just most websites where you want to design, or most CMSs, they provide a means by which you could edit on the fly and you save. So instead of it to be coding stuff, you could edit in this kind of environment that looks like your Microsoft Word document. So for the newer version, it's kind of a little bit complex for newbies. But this classic editor, the older one, it still follows the same Microsoft kind of format for editing content of your website. Okay, so I will indicate I need that. This cache is good so that it speeds up your website. Advanced options, I like to open this up. For my database, I could leave this same, or I could just add the Dulidaz. I think the maximum character length should, I think, not more than 15 or 16. I can't remember. So if there's a problem, once you install, it will bring up an error and tell you how much marks you should have. I could leave every other thing. If you don't want automatic backups, if you need that, you could indicate whatever you need. Upgrade to minor, upgrades only. I like to leave it, I like to make it manual so that I do that myself. If you want to install any nice theme, you could go ahead and do that, or you leave that for later. And that's all. You could add your email here to receive all of these settings. But one thing I like doing is to make sure that I've copied my username, I've copied my password, right? I've copied that out. and I click on install. Once I do that, it automatically install WordPress on this site, and I'll see a very bare WordPress website. So the question is, how do I have to access my website that I just installed? I mean, the dashboard is /wp-admin. I'll tell you later on how you can make this somehow private so that it doesn't use the default URL login, right? So it's installed, and good enough, if I refresh this site, I'm going to see a plain WordPress website. Awesome. So this is like the raw content management system. So with this, I could start building something very awesome. So for every nice WordPress website you see out there, no matter how beautiful, you could search for top WordPress websites in Kenya, top WordPress websites in Nigeria, top WordPress websites in UK. You have a lot of them. Amazing site, WordPress.org showcase, right? So there are thousands of very beautiful websites built using WordPress. So they all started this way, right? So how do you make them better? So use themes, templates, then use plugins that can help you do stuff like charts, payment, and the rest. So you see this website? This is a website built on WordPress. So all of the websites you're going to see here are featured websites, amazing websites built using WordPress, because it's a very powerful CMS. So you too can also do the same thing. So this is the very raw, basic WordPress site we just installed. So I could as well click on this place and I'll get to my dashboard immediately, or I could navigate to the dashboard by saying /wp-admin. So that's the way to log into your dashboard. So this is the WordPress logo. So a little recap. For us to access our cPanel, we say the website name /cPanel. For us to access our mail platform, we see the website /webmail. For us to access the WordPress dashboard, or where we could do all of the edits on our WordPress website, we say /wp-admin. So I will put in these details and I'll show you what the dashboard looks like. So this is going to bring us to the dashboard, right? And there is one thing I want to do. So it's telling me something like recommended PHP 7.2. I should upgrade it to at least 7.4. Yes, because I'm using the latest WordPress. So this is how the dashboard looks like. So all I need to do is to go to my cPanel. I can click here, go back to my cPanel. Look at that statistic stuff I clicked the other time. So I could click on this because I don't have SSL installed now. So there's the link. I could click on this. I'm going to see the statistics of my website. Visitors, I could click on this. I'm going to see my visitors, right? What they look like. So I'm heading back to my cPanel for do leaders. Now, I wanted to do something a while ago. What did I want to do? Okay, yes. Change our PHP version, hypertext preprocessor. That's a programming language that WordPress is based upon. Okay, so I just need to come to my cPanel, I type PHP, select version type. So it's down there under software sessions. Software sessions, right? I think, look at it, select PHP. Or I just come here and say PHP I will get to it. Or I can come here and search for WordPress. I'll go straight to it instead of me to search. Or I'll say email, I'll get to email. So if I need PHP, select version. All I need to do is to pick a more recent version of PHP, so that error message is going to go off. So by the way, if you're listening to this webcast, because we're going to be doing some basic security here, the CCBI CyberOps course is ongoing currently. We just started, I think, yesterday. So you could sign up and make sure that you don't miss out. Okay, I tap on this place. I go down. I want to, they said 7.4. Where is it? Recommended 7.4. So I could go all the way to the latest, but let me just keep it to that. Then I set as current. Once I do that, I'll refresh. Is it okay yet? Yes, it's okay. So once I refresh my dashboard, I'll watch for this message. Of course, it's going to be gone. So that's one nice way for you to update the WordPress, your PHP version. Awesome. So we have WordPress. So simple house cleaning exercise. I could clean this up. I could come to screen, all this new session, quick drafts, this is gone, quick draft, activity, all of these. I like it to be very clean, right? Screen option. So you have that in screen option. So I have a very clean dashboard right away. So every WordPress dashboard is going to look like something as you're seeing now. So the first thing we want to do is for instance, if I visit this website this way, what I'm going to see is this, right? So a visitor is going to, let me use another browser. Let me see, do I have Edge here on this machine? Okay, yes. So the visitor is going to see this hello world, which you don't like. But how do you close up this so that the visitor sees something like a coming soon web page while you log in at the back end and you're building, installing your theme, putting your payment system, putting your chat system, putting this, putting that, right? So if I visit the website directly and hit enter, you know, I'm using another browser because I am logged in here. So once I drop the website, I'm going to see the admin dashboard. I don't want that. So I want to see it from a neutral perspective, right? Like a regular visitor. So once I activate the coming soon system, it's going to, I can see the difference. Like it's still showing not secured here. We're going to fix this later on. Okay, all I need to do is in WordPress, there's what we call plugins. We're going to learn all of these things maybe in our last video. So plugins, what they do is that they extend the functionality of your bare WordPress website. So you have them in their thousands. So I just need a maintenance plugin. So if I need to install embed Google Form, if I need to install a chart, if I need to put in PayPal payments, if I need to do whatever nice stuff I want to do, if I want to put in security, so use Sucuri, if I want to change the, instead of /wp-admin, which is default, which everybody knows, everybody can hurry, I want to make it something private so that not everybody sees what my dashboard URL looks like. I could do all of those stuff with plugins. So this is it here. Plugins extend and expand the functionality of WordPress. So WordPress is very basic. So if you are still new to WordPress, you might be doing some basic stuff, but it's very powerful and it can do quite a lot for you. So I will come here and say maintenance. Yes, that is it. I've used it a ton. And there are so many types of maintenance plugins. So you could try them out. So I love using this one. So once I activate it, if like see all of these are maintenance plugins. You see them, all of them in their numbers. So the rule of thumb in installing the plugin is that you want to make sure the plugin has quite a lot of users and their thousands. You want to make sure that it was updated recently, like this is 4 weeks ago, this is 4 weeks ago, this is 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So they're in good health. You don't want to install a very old plugin that is years and not updated. You might fall in, you might make your website vulnerable. So the thing about plugins is once you install, the next thing you do, you activate. Once you activate, that plugin becomes active, right? You see, it's telling me maintenance is on, right? So but I could tap on this button and I can see the tweaks and configurations I can do on this particular plugin. most of the times when you install a plugin, it comes by the left side of this website. Like look at that loginizer that we installed when we were setting it up, when I talked about if somebody's trying to access your website, right? Then look at the maintenance we just installed here. So it is on. If I finish building this website, I come here and I switch it off. The website becomes open. Okay, so since it's on, let me view my Edge browser like a regular visitor to see what the website looks like. Awesome. The Leaders Nigeria Limited or Limited Nigeria maintenance mode is on, set to be available soon. Thank you for your patience. So that's the default message. Same with this image. I could put my own image. I could put my own text. So I could say maintenance mode is on. Okay, I could just say we are building something awesome. Stay tuned, right? Once I save changes, automatically it becomes live. Now you see that I'm building online. We're building something awesome. Stay tuned. Now you learned HTML. You could add your HTML here. What do you need to do if you need to let this guy start in a new line? You add a break tag, right? You add a break tag. So I don't know if I can add it here. I've not tried before now. Let me save. So this is a break tag. I refresh and see what it looks like. Yes, it's noticed it. So nice one. I could put contact. I could put contact details. I could say shoot us an email to stay in touch, right? Info at the Leaders Limited, right? You know, I created that email already. So I could put a phone number, I could put whatever I wish, right? You see the footer text, I could add a logo. All of those things are very self-explanatory. So just follow it step by step. Visit, set to be available soon. Thanks for your patience. Shoot us an email to stay in touch. So I've successfully installed a coming soon page just using a simple plugin in less than 5 minutes. Okay, that will be all for this section. In our last session video, I might make it 2 series. I'm going to do 1 e-commerce, maybe 1 blog website. Then in those 2 websites, we're going to build them using themes, then using plugins. That's going to be our focus. Okay, that'll be all. See you in the next class.